Hello and welcome to Sinister Chapters podcast. This is the third instalment of the new series that we started where we are having a natter and having a talk with a couple of the authors from Authors of the Armories this year. They will be attending in October and we cannot wait for you to hear a little bit more. Today we have the absolutely wonderful Holly Bloom.
So,
Hi.
so happy to be here. How exciting. Third
Wonderful.
installment as well. Third
I
time
know.
lucky.
Yeah. So we've just got a couple of questions. They're I don't think some of them can be a little bit tricky when it comes to
Yeah.
it. But we'll start off with the first one, where it's what inspired you to start writing?
Oh, well, you're going back in time for me there with that question. I'd be really interested to see what other authors have said to this because I think the authors either fall into two camps, right? They either start in the okay, well, I've been writing all my life, or they start with, I'm really getting into reading again and
Hmm.
starting writing. So I fall into the first camp in that I've been writing and making up stories for as long as I can remember. As a child, there was notebooks lying around the house, scraps of paper
Yeah.
everywhere, much to my mum's dismay. I think, every bit of paper was written on. So for me, that's how I've got into it. It's just been something I've loved to do forever. In terms of publishing, that's something I came to a bit later. And I think that's really stemmed from when I started to read indie books myself,
Yeah.
and realized, there's a lot more than what you see in the bookstores, basically.
Hmm.
There is, there's something for everyone out
Yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah.
Um, Definitely. I don't know if you've seen one of the one. I can't think of the author. I will have to find it with my baby brain currently to send to you to link. But the one about a door kind of shifter.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I've read
you know the
that.
one? Yeah. I mean, that there really is something for everyone,
Yeah.
and I think that's what really inspired me to actually, there is something for everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe someone out there will resonate with what I have been writing. So I decided to take the plunge and go for it.
Ah,
Love that.
that's great. Yeah, we've
Yeah.
read some questionable
Oh,
books.
yeah.
We've had Tetris Blocks. We've had
Yes.
Slippy from Word.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
what else did we
A
have?
Clippy.
paperclip. Yeah.
Oh.
Hmm.
That was a journey.
Oh, we had balloons as
Oh,
well at one point,
oh,
Yeah.
I've definitely seen balloons.
and we had
You'll
a
have to link
port.
me to Clippy. I got my husband a Clippy Christmas jumper because he's obsessed with old Microsoft stuff. So it might ruin him for life. He has to see
Oh.
it.
I was
Oh.
crying laughing when George was explaining that whole book to me.
It was one of them that it shocked you every single chapter. You just think there's no way
Love that.
it could progress from this, and it did.
It really did.
Next on my
Oh.
to read list.
Oh, it's only like, it's not even 100 pages, is
I
it?
think I think they're only like 20, 30 pages. They're
Yeah.
like really short. But they're
And
I
just
don't know how you could
brilliant.
drag it on much longer, I suppose. But maybe there'll be a part two if
I
we have
know.
enough interest. We can
It's
come
like a
together.
full universe. This one woman goes from like different objects
Yeah.
that are sentient.
She's just making the rounds with like every office word she can.
Makes the workday more
Oh,
exciting.
I
Imagine that you're
know.
sat at your desk at work, bored stiff, and just, oh, it's a stapler. That's going to be my next inspiration.
I'm pretty sure that's what he does. He
Yeah.
just like goes for the most random things because it's like there's like a smartwatch and
Yeah.
like there was some really dodgy
Yeah.
ones that I'm like that should not go anywhere near the human anatomy.
But we choose to read it anyway.
Oh yeah.
You have to.
Yeah. What have we got next? Oh, so can you share a little bit about your writing process?
Oh, yeah. So I am a plotter,
Mm.
although I think over time I used to be very diligent and I used to write out, each chapter, what would go
Yeah.
in it. To me, I need to know where I'm going and I definitely need to know where the end's going to be. But I
Yeah.
would say now I'm kind of a pantser plotter. I'm a bit more flexible. And what I've been finding recently with the last series I wrote and my work in progress at the moment is I'm getting to the halfway mark and then another thought will come into my head and it will spiral in
Yeah.
completely other direction. So I've kind of got a skeleton structure, and then we will see where it goes.
Yeah.
And it can be just the randomest things that strike me for inspiration. I like writing when I listen to music, so I take a lot of inspiration from that, and I like building a lot of playlists and stuff to inspire me. It could be like a news thing that I saw, or maybe a film. When I'm writing, I don't tend to read in the same genre that I write in.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say I get so much inspired by what I read, because I need to be in a completely different headspace. So I mainly write contemporary, so I tend to read more paranormal stuff, just to give my head a bit of a break, so I'm not all in on one thing. And I have to write one thing at a time. I don't know how people juggle multiple projects.
No.
It must keep things fresh, but for me, I don't know, I'm not smart enough for that. My brain can only focus on one thing at a time.
I just need all brain power on this.
Exactly. Yeah, and I've got a 5-month-old at the moment,
Oh.
so he's taking a lot of brain power. So my brain is a complete scramble at the moment. And I'm having to go back and reread a lot of what I've written, and then get to the point where I'm at, and then have to go back to the beginning again because I've completely forgotten, which is not ideal when it's like 100,000 words. But we're slowly making progress.
Oh, that's actually really cool, because like we've spoken to a couple of authors now where they just like don't plot. The characters just sort of write themselves, and I'm like, I don't know how you do that.
I wish I had that. So I've got aphantasia, so I can't see things in my head. I don't know how you guys think, but I can't visualize. And it's only kind of in the past year that I realized I have it, because you don't talk about how you think, right? So for me, I just, there's nothing there. There's just like blackness, so I can't visualize. There's just nothing. So I can kind of put my head into the character's head to imagine what they would say, but they don't talk to me, and I don't see it play out like a film, which I would love. Because then I'd be able to see it and know what happens. I don't. So I have to like randomly look at Pinterest images and kind of piece things together if there's something that I don't have as a real world reference. So it can take a little bit of a while. Which is interesting. I also used to binge write a lot, so I would kind of take a week off work and smash out like 10,000-15,000 words a day and just crack it all out, and that's all that consumes me. Now it's a little bit more piecemeal, because of circumstances. But it is really interesting, and I wish I was one of those that have, characters that speak to them and do their own ways. I can see them as people, but unfortunately I have to put myself into their shoes. They're not whispering on my shoulder.
No, I have to be them instead.
I have to like crack the whip on them. They're just as troublesome though.
So our next one is, would you be able to give us a brief overview of your most recent release?
Yes. So my most recent release completed a series, which is quite convenient. So it is a dark contemporary Why Choose series. And the premise is, what if you fall for the person you're supposed to kill? So it follows a badass female assassin. It's set in the UK as well. Most of my other series are set in the US, so I wanted to bring it home. And a lot of it's based in London. There's a lot of Britishisms as well, which is quite fun. So basically, she is out for revenge at the start of book 1 because her sister died, and she has been taken in, trained to be an assassin, and her targets are 4 morally grey, handsome, tattooed, gorgeous men. Basically.
Everything that we love.
Everything that you love. The dark brooding biker, to the kind of golden retriever puppy dog type, to the nerdy mute, to somebody that's a bit royal, and then you've got the brooding boss. The kind of classic alpha hole. You cover all the bases. There's a lot of twists and turns. I think, well, I don't know. Other people may think differently, but I think I've got a good mix of plot and smut as well. I do love me a bit of spice, so there are so some good scenes in there. But for me, it is I have to have a balance of plot, and I'm all about the character as well. So there's a lot of twists and turns, and just general mindfuckery, to be honest.
Nice.
So my aim is to keep people on their toes. If they can't guess what's happening next, then that's good. There's 5 books in the series. They're kind of shorter than some of my other books because I kind of read the way I wrote them. They were designed to be binge read, basically. wanted people to just, zip right through them, and there was natural pauses in the story.
Yeah.
And the cliffhangers are a bit brutal, but I love writing brutal cliffhangers because it's so fun. But you don't have to wait to find out what happens next now, which is great. But it's kind of lovers to enemies to lovers to, it's back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
And a bit of second chance sprinkled in as well. So yeah, it's
Oh,
fun.
that sounds delicious.
That sounds like a bit of me, if I'm honest.
I know.
That is, it's called Deadliest Love as well, the series. Didn't even say the name of it.
Oh.
I am
Yeah,
a sucker.
You're a
for
bit of a why
choose.
choose girly, aren't you?
I am. Like, I started my reading, started back my reading journey within to sort of like dark romance and that type of thing with Den of Vipers,
Yes.
which is behind me.
Oh, of course.
It has a special place in my heart. It won't leave.
It's the holy grail, really.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just brilliant, though. Everything that Katie writes is so good. She does it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, dark romance, why choose is my wheelhouse.
I am.
Nice.
I will be. Yeah. I think I've actually got book 1 of The Deadliest Love saved on my Kindle because it's been sat there, and I'm like, I will read it at one point. I will read it.
To you.
And then it's sort of like arcs come in, and
Yeah.
It's working
podcast
down the
books
list.
come in, and it's like, I need to read. It's been sat there for so long. I will read
It's
it.
looking at me.
Oh, do you tend to wait until a series is complete before you read, or do you kind of read as they come out?
I tend to read as they come out.
Yeah.
I started one and I was like, oh, this sounds amazing. Read the first book and I was like, oh, great. Go see the second book. It's like, it doesn't come out until April of 2025, and I was like, are you kidding me?
But the anticipation is so good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the speculating theories, and then you can just, as soon as it comes out, go back and reread again, which is why.
Oh yeah, because it was like a short novella as well, and I was like, great, speeding my way through it, and it ended on like such a cliffhanger, and it got to the point I think I messaged Jord afterwards, and I was like, what the fuck?
What is happening?
Those nasty cliffhangers torturing you.
I was like, I'm gonna go read something really cute and really nice.
Because now I'm sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a heartwarming book afterwards.
Oh yeah. Just a palate cleanser afterwards.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Especially after some of the stuff that we've read.
Yeah. What have we got next? Oh, so could you give us a sneak peek into your next release?
Yes, so I'm hoping this will be out by Authors of the Armories. I was aiming for spring, but this book just keeps getting longer and longer. I've not made my job easy at all. As I say, I get to the halfway point and then I have an idea and I'm like, this is added extra thousands and thousands of words, but it's gonna be so worth it. So it's a standalone, which I've never written before, but as I said, baby brain, one thing at a time, and I think a series is such a big commitment over a long series of time. But actually, this book is going to be so thick, it probably could have been broken into multiple books. So in the end, it's going to take the same amount of time. But it is a dark white choose again. So Ellie, right up your street. 3 guys this time. And it's, so kind of stalker vibes. So it's really hard without giving it away because there are so many twists. But the general premise is these guys are in an asylum and they escape and they start to plague and stalk the lead psychiatrist who has made their lives hell. The daughter is the main female lead in this. There's masked men, a lot of kind of depraved things going on. That's all I'll say for now. But it's very, very twist and turny. It is a slow decline into depravity.
I am very excited.
Oh yeah.
I love a bit of revenge.
Oh yeah.
I do love a revenge trope.
An irredeemable man who...
Yeah.
Yeah, these ones are probably my most irredeemable yet. But you can't help but love them.
I know, like
you win, all red flags look green. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You think to yourself, he's terrible. I should not like that, but I do.
Yeah. Will she fix them? Who knows?
But... Oh no, never mind if she doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's fine. They don't need fixing.
No.
Yeah.
So our next one is a little bit of a harder one. That most of the authors that we spoke to, they've been like straight away on it, and I'm like, I thought this was going to be a really hard question.
Yeah.
But it's, if you could branch out into any other genre, what would it be?
Oh, yeah, the answer does come instantly to me, actually. Maybe it's because other authors are constantly like thinking of different things as well. So Paranormal Academy is kind of where I would foray into another genre, just because I have some ideas for a really fun world that I've kind of been writing a little bit in the background as a passion project. Who knows whether it will ever see the light of day?
Yeah.
Probably not. I think before I started publishing, I wrote kind of shifter, just shifter fan fiction, really. So that's kind of how I got started. So paranormal was kind of my roots, even though, again, they never saw the light of day.
Yeah.
But yeah, a Paranormal Academy would be where I would go, I think. Because I love reading it, and yeah, so many fun ideas. But it would be a lot lighter than the stuff I do currently. But maybe that's why. It's a little bit of a reprieve, thinking of funny things when I'm writing such dark and heavy subjects all the time. Your mental health matters.
Yes. I do love a paranormal though. They were like one of my first sort of like books, and then it obviously it led to like demons and then things like that, and it just got it just.
Do you do
snowballed.
monster as well?
Yeah, I've read a few monster ones, and I think to myself, there's no way I'm going to be attracted to something that's 8 foot and green.
Every time, and alien as well. I can do
and then
alien.
I read it, and then the monster's just saying the nicest things, and I'm like, I can bypass that he's green.
Beauty and the Beast is everyone's favourite fairy tale for a reason, isn't it?
Yeah, I think as soon as I watched that,
the Beast.
At a young age, and then obviously I read a few like Beauty and the Beast retellings where obviously he's like a shifter, he's a monster and things like that. Or I've read like demons that shift to humans, and I'm just like, this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. Like, why is this not a real thing?
Exactly.
That's all you need in life. Fine.
Exactly.
I always say to friends who love or to be kidnapped. Like, we all want to be kidnapped by a mafia man, right?
Yeah, where's the mafia dude that's not stood outside my house?
How dare they not kidnap me?
I think we were actually joking about before you came on. So I'm currently on the last book of the Edge of Darkness trilogy by Lee Rivers.
Okay. Oh. Yeah.
And two of the characters, they've been like in a cell, they've not been fed, they've not been watered, they're like slowly losing it, but they're still cracking jokes. And I was like, why is that us two if we ever got kidnapped and put into a cell next to each other? We'd just be sat there cracking jokes.
I'd be like, I wonder what this masked dude looks like. I hope he doesn't take the mask off.
I know, that's the worry, isn't it? I mean, sometimes we love the mask on, don't get me wrong, but as long as there's something good underneath, if not, just keep it on. We don't need to know. From the chin down, we're fine.
You can keep it on, not a problem.
I was funny because I was writing a moment in my recent work in progress where the mask finally comes off, and it was, it's been a lot of lead up to this moment, and it's like, thank goodness, like, hey, he's looking good underneath.
It's that sigh of relief for the character when she goes, oh, thank God.
Have you ever read any where underneath they're like a 0 out of 10? I don't think I have yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would do it for me.
It's a neurotic horror.
Okay. I do love an erotic horror as well.
It's questionable.
It was. So it was My Girl, wasn't it, by Audrey Rush. And all the way through, she's got this mass stalker, and he's doing all these like really questionable things to her, and she's all for it. And then he takes the mask off, and it's just not what you expect.
It's like an absolute munter.
Yeah, it was awful, and like the letdown for it. Even yourself was disappointed because you had these high hopes. She was like, oh my God, he's going to be like God's gift to women. He's going to be delicious. Takes it off, and you just want to shut the book and go, no, I'm done.
Yeah. Oh, no. That's the horror. That's the horror part of it.
Yeah.
Probably we had all other things, but that's the worst.
Yeah. We had all these expectations. And then Audrey comes in and she goes, do you know what? I'm going to ruin this reader's day. But yeah, that has some questionable stuff in it.
It was an experience, but we had a great time.
Yeah. In fact, I give
I'll
it 5
definitely
stars.
add that to my list.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
any of Audrey's stuff. If you want something where it makes you question what you actually, where your morals are,
yeah.
Audrey.
Have you read Charity Bee? She is one of my
Yes.
absolute favourites, and
I read,
some of her books.
what was it? Oh, I read
Skeleton
R.I.P.
King. R.I.P. I think is to me
I-
worse than the
I read
others.
Skeleton King.
But they're so good. She's
Yeah,
just brilliant.
I just couldn't help to like really enjoy it because reading R.I.P. I was like, these people are related.
Yeah,
I was
Anointed
like-
is really good as well. I think she's
Yeah.
my first like dip into the more extreme end of the tarot.
Yeah.
I don't think you get
was,
more extreme than some of those.
I know.
Yeah.
It was a journey, but even then, at the end, I was like, add to my Goodreads, 5-star.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I just think everyone's going to see the dodgy shit that I've read.
I think in most of my reviews that I've done for like Audrey or when we reviewed for Nowhere Eternity, it was like, how do I say that I really enjoyed this without getting sectioned?
Without telling people I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I have two novellas, so Taken Bella and Tasting Clementine, which are the extreme end. They are pitch black, Tasting Clementine especially. And my other half proofreads all my books for me, and I have refused to let him read Tasting Clementine because it is...
This one's a no-go.
It's that bad. I was debating publishing it under another pen name because a lot of my regular ARC readers, they started it and they said, oh, you know, my books are dark, but this was just on a complete... They were like, it's just too dark for them. They couldn't... So maybe you guys would...
Yes,
maybe you guys
say no
would be up
more.
for the challenge.
Sign us up.
They're only novellas.
I think we are after a book that makes us stop.
Yeah.
Tasting Clementine, I think, very well might do that for you.
It's like
It's made me question my own sanity.
We did when Lauren Beals was going around TikTok with the
So the Hitchhiker series.
it was
the mayonnaise one.
Oh, that was rough.
It was the Hitchhiker one where people were like, I can't get past chapter 16.
Yeah.
And both of us
You
went,
go straight to chapter 16.
Yeah.
Challenge
We
accepted.
were like, bet, let's go.
And we were like, that's like nothing.
It's only a little acorn, it's nothing.
Fine.
Oh, well, when you read Tasting Clementine, originally I did have the main characters. It's stepbrother, stepsister, and stepfather, stepdaughter. But I did have it as twincest initially. But I didn't want to get it banned on Amazon, so I had to change it. When you read it, you can think, oh, it was meant to be twincest initially.
All right.
Right.
That can be a forefront.
Yeah.
That might be my next read after I finish this.
Yes. Good show. Let's run to Kindle ASAP.
Come on, it's charging.
Oh, what have we got next? Who is your favourite character that you've written so far?
That is a really
tough one.
Yeah, that's a really tough one because I've got a couple for different reasons. I think so. Candy Cane, very fun name. Is the name of the stripper and female main character in my debut series, the Lapland Underground series, and I love her because she makes me like laugh out loud. She's stab happy, but she's got a very dark sense of humor, and I've got a really dark and sarcastic sense of humor myself, so that kind of creeps into all my main characters, to be honest. But yeah, she's really fun. She'll stamp on a guy's balls and just make a joke out of it. She'll it's that dark sense of humor that I love her for, and the classic one-liners. She takes no shit, takes no prisoners, no mercy, but she looks amazing doing it, and she really backs herself, which I love. So I love her. And then I've got a duet, the Ash and the Basilisk duet, which is kind of more gritty and angsty than the rest of my real dark duck stuff, but it kind of explores mental health in a different way. And Ash is a bit of an outsider. She's alternative, a metal singer, and it's a bit like an adult camp rock with masked men, so think Sleep Token vibes as well. But Yeah, I think she's the one I relate to the most, and I probably put myself into the most. I think we've all had times in our life where,
Yeah.
we felt a bit lost, not sure where we are, but she's really kind of strong. So I think I've put the most of me into her. So I love her for that reason.
Oh.
But Candy's just hilarious. So
I do love a stabby woman.
Yeah.
Well said.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I
Stabby
like
women are the best. Like
Yeah.
feminine rage.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to release it.
Yeah.
We are a bit of a sucker for female rage here, and
Yeah.
I think like last year I finally got round to reading the Mindfuck series.
Oh yes, I love that series.
I have never fallen in love with two characters more.
Oh, that when
that's
I
so
first read
good.
that, it was one of them where you think, oh, I'll just do the book one and then I'll leave a gap, and I was just like, no, we must keep going.
Yeah, yeah. You can't stop with
No.
that one for sure.
No. But we love female rage, and that's what we're here for. But we've got one final question for you, and this is nothing about writing or anything, so it's more of a, do you have any hobbies outside of writing?
Yes. Well, not much time for hobbies, but recently I've really got into Lego, which is quite niche. So I'll show you because it's just sitting right here. I've been making a little mandrake. Look at his little. He doesn't have any root hair or roots coming out of him, but he's so cute, isn't he? And so yeah, I'm really into Lego at the moment because I think, don't get me wrong, I love binging box sets and reading and all the usual fun stuff. But it's been really nice to just have something to do that's away from the screens.
Yeah.
And revisit childhood in a way. Do something a bit different. So yeah, I'm really enjoying Lego.
That's us. That. We're a bit of a Lego. Like every time I see him, I'm like, oh my god, that's incredible.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying seeing them come together.
Yeah.
I like going for walks and stuff, but I don't know where you guys are. In Yorkshire here, the snow is like still up to my ankles.
The snow is real.
I think we're just across the way, so we're Manchester. So
not far at all.
We're not majorly far away. I think I go to Selby at least once every 2 months. So not far at all. But yeah, no, this has been really lovely. Thank you.
Oh no, it's been so amazing to talk to you guys. Thank you for having me. It's so nice to just have a chat about books and fun stuff with like-minded people. And I feel like that's why I love signings as well, because most of the time I'm just there chatting away the whole time. Doesn't matter if you're like into what I write or not. Just come over, have a chat. I will chat to anyone, but probably too long.
No, there's never an issue. Like obviously, like I went to Arthur the Emery's last year. I don't even know what year we're in anymore. Last year.
Into one.
Yeah, and that was my first signing, and it was just great to like, you get like starstruck sometimes because you think, I'm actually meeting the person that's taking the time to like write all these words and these stories and things like that. And then obviously when you go up to him and you're like, will you sign me books and things like that. Like I took Ellie's with me last time because I went to meet Lee Rivers and Halle Beck. And Ellie was very much just like, please take my books with you to sign them. And I was like this with all these books. I'm like, I've got a lot.
I just sort of left them on the side. I was like, if you could take these, thank you, love you, bye. But like this will be my third signing that I'm going to. I normally do YALC, which is the Young Adult Literature Convention down in London. And again, I just got completely starstruck when I was there because the first year that I went, I met Holly Jackson. Massive
big name.
She's the one that brought me out of like a 10-year reading slump. So I went from reading nothing to last year I read over 100 books. Like she pulled me out of that, and then I met her again last year and she remembered me, and I just sort of like froze and I didn't really know what to do.
But we still get like that now, don't we? Like doing these interviews, I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, these are real authors and real people.
But I can guarantee that most of us are probably way more nervous than you are to speak to people.
Yeah.
And we equally get as starstruck.
Yeah.
Definitely. I know when I was at Fiction Phantom Ball Gowns and I was really just sitting across from the Twisted Sisters. And I mean, they had a huge queue in front of them all day, so I didn't have a chance to go over and say hello. But yeah, I would have been completely starstruck running into them. And
It's crazy,
Casey Keene I saw as well. She's so lovely.
Oh.
KA9. Everyone is just so nice,
Yeah.
which really helps.
It's such a great atmosphere in it, and a community, and knowing that, you know, you can all read the same things, but you can all read completely different things, and you know, and we all sort of fit under that umbrella of books, really.
But
it's a great way to discover new authors as well, isn't it?
Definitely. It's like these conventions are safe spaces as well.
Yeah.
Which is so lovely. You can come and chat with like your favourite authors and meet new authors. And I'm sure many, many people are going to be so excited to come and meet you in October. We'll be there running around.
I still can't get my head around that anyone would want to come and see like little old me.
We'll be there.
You'll have to look out for my banner. Yes, Jordan, you may have seen it last time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it stands out.
We'll be running around with lights and microphones and cameras and getting some
stuff.
In-person reviews and in-person just little interview type things. And we can't wait to come and pop over to you and have
that'll be amazing. I can't wait to meet you guys in person. And I look forward to listening to the other interviews and seeing who you're chatting to. And because sometimes as authors, we don't get a lot of time to, you know, zip around the room. I try to get there quite early so I can zip around and like have a chat and meet people and get my like fangirliness out the way. The day. But it's so nice to be able to hear a bit more. So I look forward to listening to all your conversations.
Which is very exciting. Oh, yeah, there we go. Everything froze for me for a second, and I was like, "Oh God."
You're back.
We're back. But
thank you so much.
Hi, editor's note here. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. We didn't record an outro. If you've listened to us before, you should be used to this by now. It's just a little bit of a jump scare with the fact that it's just me at the end. Hi. But thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. We hope that you enjoyed it, and we cannot wait to see you at Authors at the Armories in October of 2025. If you want to listen to some more of us, we have a whole backlog for you just to listen to. We are absolutely everywhere, and we cannot wait to see you next week. Bye-bye.